And in some league-related notes, there is some more information regarding Brittney Griner. On the 5th, Cheryl Griner, Brittney Griner's wife, says that President Joe Biden has not responded to the letter sent to him regarding the WNBA star's return from Russia. If you guys remember, Brittney sent Joe a letter saying that she missed her family, she missed her teammates, she missed everybody, and she wanted his help in doing what he could do to bring her home. So nothing in that regard yet. On the 6th, POTUS VP talked to Griner's wife. President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris spoke with Cheryl Griner, assuring her that an active pursuit of Brittney Griner's release is taking place. On the 7th, Griner pled guilty. Brittney Griner pleaded guilty to drug charges in a Russian court and faces up to 10 years in prison. But pleading guilty is a big key in a potential trade to get Griner home. So more developing news on that. On the 9th, former New Mexico Governor Bill Richardson, who has aided prisoner releases worldwide, is reportedly headed to Russia to help free Griner. So we have, I believe, mentioned before that there is interest in a prisoner swap. So we'd get Griner back and Russia would get one of their prisoners back. So it looks like things are in motion for that, which is, if that's the way that we're going to get Brittney Griner home, then let's do it.
What do you think about that past week? I mean, obviously you look at it, and on the 5th, there was the thing about Cheryl, being like, hey, you haven't replied to that. And obviously there have been a lot of calls for Biden and Harris to make more action in that regard. And, at the end of the day, I don't like stepping into the politics kind of regard, but at the end of the day, it's like, hey, what is being actively done? Because obviously, as you mentioned at the end there is that talk about the swap. But, I read some things about somebody who was there who tweeted about it in the court for that. Apparently, there's a lot of things about, she was trafficking a lot of, at the end of the day, I believe it was like a tiny, forgot, was like a CBD tiny cart. It was very minuscule. And at the end of the day, at the end of the day, the most that this was a hostage situation. With everything that's taken place with Russia, there's no way that that's not what this is. And, so I just think that this is ridiculous. So anybody who's saying, oh, she did this, she should serve her time. Screw that. That's ridiculous. And I am just, we've kept an eye on this since it's been developing, right? So it's just interesting to continue to watch this. But again, we're in July now. There was a time period earlier in the year where there was hope that she would be back before the season started, So again, it's interesting to try to follow what's actually being done to get Brittney home. And, obviously people are going to see guilty. Oh, she did it. It's like, well, that's a big key in trying to bring her actually home anyway. So it's like, so we'll keep an eye on that. But I don't know. It was just kind of interesting throughout, these last 2 weeks to kind of see what's happening, all this stuff related to her. So hoping that we have more positive updates, I guess, as things continue.
Yes. Just to kind of go off of what you're saying as well, I don't know if the two crimes technically align. So it seems very much like Russia is in benefit of themselves, of course. So